Alright. Hey there, guys. Coffee with Vixen again. Woo! This time I'm actually drinking Frappuccino. Not a real big fan of Starbucks coffee, but the occasional cold Frappuccino is nice. It's coffee. So, most of you are either adults or teens that actually watch my videos. In this particular instance, I'm going to aim for the teens on this particular topic. When I was a teen, I always wanted to wear Abercrombie & Fitch, but between money and being a larger individual, never really worked out for me. But on that subject, Abercrombie & Fitch actually popped up in my news feed today. And the article is called Abercrombie & Fitch Refuses to Make Clothes for Large Women. And this is their thinking, okay? Teen retailer Abercrombie & Fitch doesn't want to stock XL or XXL sizes in women's clothing because they don't want overweight women wearing their brand. And they want the cool kids, and they don't consider plus-sized women as being part of that group. Granted that I was never actually considered a cool kid. I was actually one of the outsiders. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was because I was a large woman that I couldn't fit the clothes. My main issue was money as a kid, which is true of most teenagers if you don't have a job. Anyway, you know what? All I have to say is you can fit an XL or an XXL and not be an overweight woman. I actually went to school with several different girls who were just naturally large busted, and they had no choice. They had to wear an XL shirt. So to Abercrombie & Fitch, fuck you. I'm tired of your shit. Anyway, moving on in the news. Oh, and side note, link to the article will be in the description. Yeah, anyway. Some good news for you guys. Abducted women freed after 10 years of captivity. This has been all over the news lately. There were some women that got abducted, and they recently found them, which is great. They're not quite sure if they were going through Stockholm Syndrome or what the deal was. The main thing to note is that these women were held in pretty much the same house for 10 years. Cops were called several different times, and these women could have been found a lot sooner. The other thing to note is that these women actually did end up getting pregnant on several different occasions, but they're still not quite sure how that whole process went. They're still doing more investigation into that scenario. The next thing is there was a woman who apparently took the purity vow. She was peer pressured more or less into doing the whole abstinence only thing, and actually has now started speaking out against abstinence only education, saying that it was a huge mistake for her. Basically what happened was, in this particular scenario, was she took the pledge, she waited till she got married, and when she married, the guy she married wasn't abstinent. He had actually been more experienced, to put it in a polite fashion. But she knocked him constantly throughout her thing, and actually at one point stated that sex was not some glorious thing, and she really wished she had not been abstained from sex until marriage, so that way she could have at least learned more about her sexuality, more about what she liked, what she didn't like, things along those lines. They ended up being married for 3 years with nothing but heavy petting, kissing, stuff like that. And when they did have sex, she would let her mind wander and push her mind to wander elsewhere because it wasn't enjoyable. I had to bring this particular one up for the simple fact that I am a firm believer in sex education. Sex education needs to be done in middle schools and high schools, okay? It has to be done. Kids need to know about sex. It's one of those natural things that occurs. You shouldn't force these kids to abstain. Do I say go out and have sex? No. By all means, you should actually like at least hold off for as long as what you're comfortable for. Don't be peer pressured. But be knowledgeable and be safe. And that's all I have to really say about that. The next thing is the bleeding Obama target at the NRA convention. This was actually very interesting and came from the David Pakman show. At the NRA convention, a targeting company that makes targets for people to shoot. And once you shoot these targets, they actually bleed and things like that. They actually made several different targets and are now trying to push them at the NRA convention. One of which just so happens to have an eerie resemblance to Obama. And because some of the people there got kind of uncomfortable with that and were worried about, as they put it, the liberal reporters. They were worried about all the people talking about it. They went ahead and they removed it from public site. It's still available to be purchased, but whatever. Anyway, moving along. Oh yeah, Rick Perry. This guy is about as good as Pat Robertson. He just kind of hands you the material. Rick Perry has been noted as saying that being anti-gay is like being anti-slavery. No. No, it's not. You guys are going to have to watch the video for this one, because this one is just... It makes you want to put your head to the desk, is what it does. So I'm not going to spoil that one for you. But this isn't the only time that he's been noted in the news either. Rick Perry and Fox News and other religious right activists have jumped on fabricated cases of Christian persecution lately. One of those particular cases was a high school student that, I guess, pointed up or whatever, and they're saying that it's religious persecution and this, that, and the other. Well, upon further investigation, come to find out, him and his team were not disqualified from the track meet because of some hand sign that the guy made. But in actuality, it was because he was disrespectful to one of the referees. And after conferring with the more higher up referee that was there at the track meet, the disqualification stuck, and it has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with disrespect. So you got to watch these kinds of cases. And this is the other reason why you don't watch Fox News. Fox News perpetrates lies. Get your news sources elsewhere. Alright? Anyway, Rick Perry actually submitted a little bit of a letter saying that he would not tolerate the suppression of religious freedom anywhere. That's kind of funny if you think about it, because he's defunded Planned Parenthood in the state. He's also more or less kind of ruined the lives of a lot of women. Yeah. There's this long list of things that this man has done, none of them of which are positive. This guy is one of those people that really should watch what they say, because they will put foot right into mouth. But anyway, guys, those were the big hitters in my news feed today. I hope you actually take the time to hit the description and go ahead and watch some of these videos, read some of these news articles. It's completely insane what the hell's going on in this world today. It really makes me wonder what's wrong with people. Anyway, in the meantime, go smoke a bowl. Make sure that if you're gonna have sex, wrap it up, guys. Girls, look into birth control, please. And that will be all for today. This is Lady Silver Vixen, and I'm going to go finish drinking my coffee now.